Hello and welcome to the daily newscast within the United Countries special by First Ukraine. You can find us at the frequencies available at our website firstua.com. Sergei Velichansky is working for you in the studio. Thank you for joining us. An early morning explosion in the Zasyadko mine took place today. This territory is under control of the militants. That's why it's not clear of how many people died and suffered. It happened at 5:30 in the 3rd Eastern Lava. There were 230 miners down in the mine. The Donetsk Regional State Administration reported to the First Ukraine about 1 being dead and 14 wounded.
For now, the destiny of 32 miners is unknown. 5 of miners who were taken upside are in the burns center, 2 are in the traumatology. I underline that 1 person died. This information is official.
The 17th Russian so-called humanitarian convoy crossed the Russian-Ukrainian border this morning. 80 trucks have entered Lugansk. The general cargo includes basic foodstuff, sugar, flour, oil, cereals, tea and essentials. Oleg Voronov, a Russian emergency officer, told Russian television. Ukraine's Donbass has been suffering from a severe humanitarian crisis since April last year. Pensions and salaries have not been paid for more than 7 months. Thousands of people lost their homes and crucial infrastructure has been damaged. The Ukrainian customs report that they did not do the proper document execution. 4 shell fires took place from the Lugansk direction, the ATO press center reports. The militants are hitting at the Ukrainian positions with the small arms weaponry. The mostly dangerous regions are Stanitsa Luganska, Shchastya, Krymske, Trokizbenki and along the Bakhmutsky Shlях, said the ATO headquarters speaker Anatoly Stelmach. The militants violate ceasefire in other directions as well.
Since 18 p.m. until the 6 a.m. on 4th of March, settlements Opytne, Pisky, Berezovo were under the fire on terrorists. Militants fired upon the settlements of Avdiivka with artillery, and the settlements Vodyane was fired with mortars. On the Lugansk direction, settlements Shchastya were under the fire of grenade launchers and guns. Near the settlement Lebedinskoye, which is under the Mariupol, our positions were fired by sniper. Moreover, yesterday we had fixed the movement of manless aircraft over the towns Krasnovka and Znamenivka. In common, yesterday, since 18 p.m. until now, terrorists used weapons against anti-terrorist forces 12 times.
Half of Stanично-Lugansky region is left without gas provision. At night, the terrorists have switched the valve on the long-distance gas pipe. The head of Lugansk Regional Administration, Gennady Moskal, reported. The regional center and the neighboring villages will stay without heat at least till the evening. Moskal names such actions as gas war against civilians, and he stressed that the administration is searching for the alternative ways of gas provision. Following Rapira and Ruta, there goes Akatsiya away from the front line. It is a self-propelled artillery weapon. The Ukrainian army is starting the 2nd stage of weaponry withdrawal, reported ATO speaker Andriy Lysenko. At the same time, he shared of the level how the militants fulfilling the Minsk agreements.
Militants continue to imitate the withdrawing of heavy armament. Illegal armed groups build up their strait, weapons and military equipment of the strategical directions to Artemivska, Volnovakha and Mariupol.
There are still 195 Ukrainian soldiers kept captive. The destiny of 340 is unknown. These are the figures that Vladislav Seleznyov, the General Staff Speaker, shared at a briefing. He disclosed the Ukrainian army losses at Debaltsevo.
During the planned inspection of withdrawing of near 3,000 ATO soldiers in the area of Debaltsevo, Ukraine had lost 19 soldiers. The destiny of 12 soldiers will be announced later. 135 people were wounded. They are directed to medical institutions where they will get an appropriate medical help. Now 9 Ukrainian soldiers of Debaltsevo are in the captivity. All governmental and non-governmental institutions are involved in the operation for their liberation.
The evening session of Verkhovna Rada was dismissed because of a fight. The parliamentaries representing the Radical Party demanded their former comrade Sergei Melnichuk to give up his mandate. The first commander of Aidar joined the deputies group Volya Narodu after being exempted from the members of the Lyashko party. The radicals stressed that he did this for money and called their former comrade the traitor.
I announced that Sergei Melnichuk has joined the Volya Narodu faction. When the parliament session had to have started at 2 p.m., the former Galax do not allow Melnichuk into the session hall. Stop! Go aside! The members of the parliament would not listen to the speaker. The radicals with Lyashko in charge continued to hustle with Melnichuk in the highway. This is the result. A completely destroyed press point at the parliament. In front of cameras, Lyashko is calling Melnichuk as a loser and traitor and said that he joined Volya Narodu for money. He promises not to allow him into the session hall. Our parliament faction approached Melnichuk and demanded of him to give up the mandate, since he was elected as People's Deputy, being part of the Radical Party of Oleg Lyashko. And if he betrayed the elections and joins other party groups, we must give up the mandate. The parliament could not resume the session in the evening as well. The fight rekindled. Oleg Lyashko started again the hustle with the head of Volya Narodu Igor Marimeyev and wants to send Melnichuk out of the session hall. Melnichuk does not talk to journalists. However, People's Deputy from the pro-presidential faction, Mustafa Nayan, says General Prosecutor's Office had the intention to initiate the protest or depriving him of parliament immunity. It has been discussed in many government offices that the leadership of Verkhovna Rada was aware and saw it. It is very strange that very weak than he was about to have been deprived of the immunity. He joins another parliament group, which is in reality has no common political grounds with him. So I personally have a fear that he was some agreements that he will stay in the parliament and he won't be deprived of this parliament immunity. Talking about Melnichuk joining Volya Narodu group, Yuri Levchenko is unaffiliated parliamentary, says this. Why it all had got out of hands today? Because the Volya Narodu, the former party of regions remnants, were to have been dismissed because of the 11th of February, one member left the group. So they did not have 19 members, but 18. So had not Melnichuk joined them, Groisman would have declared their dismissal. That is why they protect Melnichuk so much. The evening Rada session never resumed. Jan Tanchak, Victoria Plaston, Metro Babak, Vadim Terefeev, Victoria Zabian, First Ukraine.
Barack Obama continues to place sanctions on Russia. This was the statement published on the White House website. The USA has placed certain limitations over the Crimea annexation. At the same time, the American president, along with the EU leaders, confirmed the desire to continue the financial support of Ukraine. The vehicle, which was used for the Boris Nemtsov murder, belongs to the Russian Ministry of Finance. The press service of the ministry has admitted that. Earlier, the Russian mass media reported that the Ford, which was searched after, belonged to the ministry. However, it was clarified by the ministry representatives that the car belongs to the private security company which works at the ministry. Prior to that, the Russian TV reported that the detectives spotted the direction where the car went after the shooting at Nemtsov. The surveillance camera videos have been published. It is seen that the car speeded up down the central Moscow streets and disappears. It was the United Country newscast by First Ukraine. You can find more details at our website firstua.com. Sergei Velichansky was working for you in the studio. We wish you only good news. Take care and goodbye.